Picture this. You're driving home from work, the same route you've taken hundreds of times. Your phone buzzes. Breaking news. A coordinated cyber attack took every major bank in the country down. ATMs empty. Debit cards declined. People are panicking at gas stations, grocery stores, pharmacies. By the time you get home, the shelves at your local store are already stripped bare. That's how fast society could flip. And here's the truth. It's not science fiction. It's not a movie. It's 2025 and the world that we live in is hanging by a thread. The question isn't if chaos is coming. The question is rather, will you be ready for it? Today, we're breaking down the top threats to America in 2025. Crime, cyber warfare, terrorism, sleeper cells, cartels, civil unrest. But more importantly, I'll be showing you what you and your family could do before, during, and after to keep your family safe. Stick with me, because this isn't going to be another prepping video. This is about a movement, and movement changes lives. Welcome to Patriot Prepper, where everyday people learn how to be ready for anything when the world goes sideways. This is the channel where we cut through the noise and we talk real prepping. From food, water stores to self-defense, survival gear, bug-out strategies, situational awareness, and everything in between. If you ever wonder what it takes, not just to survive an emergency, but to thrive when a disaster strikes, you're in the right place. Here you'll get battle-tested knowledge, practical tips that you can use today, and real-world strategies that can literally save your life and the lives of your family. Whether you're brand new to prepping or you've been stacking beans and brass for years, there is always something here that will sharpen the edge. So stick around, hit that like button, drop a comment, and most importantly, please subscribe, because every week we'll dive deeper into the skills, gears, and mindset that turn regular folks into survivors. This is more than just prepping. It's about freedom, responsibility, and taking control of your future. I'm glad you're here. Now let's get started. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started with one that we see every day: crime. And it's not petty crime anymore. We're talking violent assaults, carjackings, home invasions. Crime is no longer just in the bad parts of town. It's everywhere. Imagine this. It's 9 o'clock. You're walking out of Walmart with your family. You're juggling groceries. Your kids are tired. Your guard is down. Suddenly, two guys approach you. One distracts you. The other one circles behind your wife. You've got seconds to recognize it before it turns into a robbery. Or worse. This is how a typical normal shopping day can turn bad if you're not prepared. So what are some things that we could do right now? 1, harden your daily life. I'm talking about EDC, carrying your pistol if it's legal, right? Pistols, flashlights, tourniquets, a knife, cash. Also, reinforce your home with locks, good locks, cameras, motion sensors, and practice situational awareness. Situational awareness is very important. Situational awareness is your lifeline. It's your number one survival technique. Start using it. So during something like this, right, a robbery, the first thing you want to do is try to de-escalate if possible. But also know your line. Draw that line in the sand. Awareness plus preparation equals survival. And then after. So don't just move on. Review what happened. Tighten your security gaps and adapt. So I got one question for y'all. What is the one item you carry every single day that you refuse to leave home without? Drop it in the comments. I want to see how many of y'all are actually living prepared. All right, so before we dive any deeper in today's topic, it's time for our fake ass sponsor. This video is proudly sponsored by Bug Out Boost, the only energy drink designed for preppers, survivalists, and anyone who thinks sleep is just a government conspiracy. This is packed with 500% your daily value of caffeine. Bug Out Boost don't just wake you up, it wakes up your ancestors. And with just a hint of iodine, it's perfect for purifying your insides while you're purifying water. Talk about multitasking, huh? Need to outrun zombies? Bug Out Boost has your back. Need to survive another Thanksgiving with the in-laws? Hell, you better grab a six-pack. Heck, one can is strong enough to keep you awake through a 72-hour bug out. Or binge watch every episode of Doomsday Preppers back to back. It's available in tactical flavors like Molotov Mango, Nuclear Berry Blast, and my personal favorite, Civil Unrest Citrus, because nothing says survival like heart palpitations and a hint of lime. So don't just survive, thrive with Bug Out Boost. Warning, side effects may include jittery trigger finger, unsolicited bunker building, and arguing with strangers about expiration dates on canned beans. Damn, that's good. Try yourself a Bug Out Boost. All right, guys. So now, crime is bad, but imagine multiplying that by 1,000 times. When the lights go out, it gets bad. Cyber attacks are one of the new weapons of mass destruction in 2025. A hostile nation doesn't need to fire a missile anymore. All they need is to shut down the power grid, freeze our banking systems, and paralyze supply chains. Picture this. You wake up, your phone says no service. You go to work, traffic lights are not working. It's chaos at the intersections. The gas stations, pumps won't run. Grocery stores, cash registers are dead. By nightfall, desperate people are kicking in doors just for food. That's not the apocalypse. That's just one cyber attack away. So some things I would recommend right now. Keep cash on you. Have cash on you. Small bills, hard copies of important documents, offline maps, backup critical files on hard drives. Of course, during this, expect communication blackouts. Radios, ham radios, GMRS radios, this becomes your lifeline. Cash is king. Local community becomes everything, guys. And then after a major attack like this, you want to rebuild with your neighborhood, with your neighbors. Skills, supplies matter more than apps and Wi-Fi. And if you think cyber attacks are terrifying, wait until you hear about the people that's already living among us, waiting for the signal to strike. Yep, that's right, guys. Sleeper cells are here. Not across the ocean, not on the TV. People living ordinary lives, waiting for that one phone call that says, it's time. Small coordinated attacks on malls, schools, power stations could trigger nationwide panic overnight. Imagine this, you're in the mall with your kids, waiting in line at the food court. Suddenly shots ring out. People are screaming, running every direction. Chaos. In those moments, seconds matter. Do you know where the exits are? Do you have a plan for your family? Or do you freeze like everyone else? This is what we have to be thinking about ahead of time. This is why preppers survive. So, some of the things I do, every time I enter a building, I at least find 2 exits. Every time. Talk to your family about rally points. Because during this scenario or this situation, when this happens, you need to be able to escape, barricade, or defend. Always prioritize life over property. And don't ever assume it's over. Secondary attacks often follow. Stay vigilant. So, if you heard gunshots at the mall, what is the very first thing you would do? Tell me in the comments. All right, so next we're going to be talking about, and this bug out boost is pretty damn good. So next we're going to be talking about cartels. The cartels are no longer just at the border. They're in our towns. Fentanyl, gang wars, human trafficking, all backed up by billion-dollar networks. They're armed, ruthless, and they don't care about our laws. In 2025, cartel influences can destabilize our entire community. What would you do if you're driving home from work, you see roadblocks ahead? Not police, but armed men. They're not looking for money. They're looking for control. Now let's talk about civil unrest. When people feel they have nothing left to lose, they riot. We've seen it before. Stores looted, cities on fire, businesses destroyed overnight. Now add inflation, cultural division, and whatever. It's a recipe for 2025 unrest on a scale never seen before. I mean, imagine this. You're downtown for a doctor's appointment. Suddenly crowds form. Chants turn into shouts. Shouts turn into bricks smashing through windows. Police are overwhelmed. Do you know how to get out without driving straight through a mob? We need to have bug out plans, alternate routes, pre-packed bags, supplies for weeks. During a civil unrest, you want to stay out of the hot zones. Don't play hero. You want to blend in, move smart, and avoid confrontation. After major civil unrest, you can pretty much expect martial law style curfews, restricted movement, supply disruptions. And if you think martial law can't happen in America, history would prove you wrong. So, what do you do right now, today? Mindset. Survival is 90% mental. Awareness and grit beats gadgets every time. Start practicing situational awareness. OPSEC. Supplies. Food, water, medicine. 3 months minimum. Have a redundant system. Building up this much food could take some time. Start off small. Store what you eat what you store. You don't have to buy 3 months right out the gate. Buy a few extra cans of this, a couple extra cases of water next time you go to the grocery store. This will build up, and before you know it, you'll have 3 months stacked up. Security. Train your family. Don't just buy gear. Practice with it. Train. Build a community. Lone wolves die alone. Build your tribe, your mag, neighbors, friends, family. And then OPSEC, operational security. Don't brag about your preps. The more people know, the more you risk becoming a target. So I know I went over all the threats fairly quickly. I wanted to make this a short video. But which of these threats worry you the most? Crime, cyber, terrorism, cartels, unrest? Drop it in the comment below. I will be responding to each and every comment. Listen, America in 2025 is fragile. The threats are real and they're growing. But here's the truth. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. And that's why we prep. not out of fear, but out of love. Love for our families, love for our freedoms, and love for survival. If you're ready to be part of something bigger, part of a movement that refuses to be victims, then join us. Subscribe, share this video, and let's prepare together. Because when the storm comes, and it will, it won't be the strongest who survives. It'll be the prepared. Thank y'all. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Patriot Prepper out.